banana.
That's our safe word.
That's right.
Like cutbacks in the school, in the education system, and all that stuff. Extracurriculars being pulled out like crazy. And you're telling me you're pulling stuff away from a teen, and you're not asking them what they want to get involved with in the communities, and then we're all complaining about the teenagers in our communities? Why? Is that on them or is that on us? What do you mean permanently, guys? We'll see how good John does today. Josh might have lost his job.
It's true.
What's your topic this week you want to talk to us about?
Topic this week for me is the strange and odd eating habits, that some kids seem to have as far as how they'll eat certain foods or what they'll eat certain foods with and what they won't. A little bit of a personal experience as well as a couple of stories kind of from around the world.
And then we will be talking to John Cormier about his activity in the community and what he does for his community and stuff like that. A great member in the local community around here in Durham region. So we'll be asking him a few questions and discussing that and getting his opinions on our topics.
The weekly debate this week is going to be on the topic of the upcoming minimum wage increase. How that affects the rest of the workforce and you, me, everybody.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Gerald Callahan, D100.
And I'm Josh Bergman.
How you doing? This is Josh Farrell, Sid 007 Taz. Can't be with you this episode. I'm on vacation, but I just wanted to say appreciate you guys tuning in.
And we have a special guest on our show of the Bearded Side of Things this week. A member of the Bearded Nomads Brotherhood and a member in the community with the Scouts. So John Cormier, welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Glad to have you on the good side.
Yeah. Josh Farrell is not on the show this week, so we brought in John to replace him permanently. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute, what?
Josh will be all shit in his pants. What do you mean? Upcoming.
Yeah, go ahead.
Be more like John.
No, John.
No.
No.
Would you?
My topic this week is odd and strange food habits or eating habits that kids tend to have. For example, my youngest daughter, she doesn't like any of her food touching on her plate.
Yeah.
Like you got meat, you got potatoes, you got veggies, you got whatever you've got on your plate. Nothing is allowed to touch, and nothing gets eaten at the same time. I'll eat meat, and then I'm a garbage pail. I take a little scoop from everything and shove it in my face.
Yeah, mix it all up.
Yeah, whatever. It's all going to the same place, right?
It's all coming out the same way.
That's what I'm saying. But there are apparently even more odd or strange eating habits than what I thought about just your food not touching.
Yeah.
And
you actually seen a couple online.
Yeah, I seen it. There was honestly probably 20 different examples, and I just picked the most funny 3 that I could find. And
give them to us.
The 3 that I found were this kid that would not eat bologna, or a bologna sandwich more specifically, unless it was on a bed of fresh Apple Jacks, like the cereal, the breakfast cereal, Apple
Fruit
Jacks.
Loops. Fruit Loops?
Well, no, it showed Fruit Loops, but it said Apple Jacks. So the
There's
news
a continuity error.
but
in their post.
but what I'm saying is that a photo can be misrepresentative of what you're trying to say. So they obviously just
like
grabbed.
that picture I sent to you and blew it up in Photoshop, and we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, no, kind of like that though.
Not that kind of show.
That's well, it is, but just not when you're here. We're being good apparently today. One of them was the bologna sandwich on the dry cereal. Another one was crackers, the small Ritz crackers.
Yeah.
They could only be eaten off the toilet seat, not the one you sit on.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, that's what it's. Not the seat part.
This kid's already headed to some weird
Yeah,
fetishes.
no, it gets even worse if you can believe it. So on the part that you close down to keep all the germs inside your toilet, there was 7 or 8 crackers, but all of them only had one bite out of them.
So does he bite them first and then put them down? Or do the parents put? Because
you know what?
I just don't
It
like
didn't
this
spe-
part.
They got to be served on the toilet to him, or does he eat them? And
Apparently, he will not eat them unless they're being eaten off the toilet
Well,
seat.
guess what? Then my kid never eats a Ritz cracker again.
That's
I'm not feeding my kid food off a toilet.
Now, you know what? That would speak volumes about how clean you were. Because if your toilet
No.
seat was clean, it wouldn't matter. You should be able to eat
That's
off your
just science,
floors.
man.
Floors.
When you flush a toilet, there's a 6-foot radius.
That's right.
Feces-
Yeah, I know.
feces everywhere.
And our beards love it,
But
don't
you
they?
know what? Scientists are actually taking chemicals from beards right now and trying to find a cure for cancer with the bacteria because our beards fight off so much bacteria because of the...
Filters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have hair for a reason.
Well,
It's to keep us. It's a
so
filter system, right?
so
That's-
besides
we're getting
the squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
So yeah, and the last one was bagels. You know, with cream cheese.
Yeah.
It looked like a plain bagel. They didn't specify what kind of bagel. It looked plain. Cream cheese in the middle of it, and the donut hole that's in the top of a bagel had to be filled with ketchup.
Can you say donut hole without doing this?
Donut hole.
Very descriptive.
3-dimensional. And by the way, if you all saw that, gotcha. It's ketchup. No, but it was ketchup in a bagel top
Yeah,
with cream cheese.
that's weird.
That's acceptable compared to the.
The toilet.
Yeah.
Now, I get it if you like that kind of thing.
Like the
sure,
toilet one, I'm gonna find out who does that and call CAS.
That shouldn't says anything. It's but no, it's one thing if you have preferences. Like, oh yeah, I like super hot wing sauce and not mild sauce.
Yeah, that's just a preference. That's not
This is the only way this kid will eat a bagel, is with ketchup in the top.
See, when I was a kid, I would eat my Big Macs only in layers. So I would eat the bun, then I'd eat the middle patty, then I'd eat the middle bun, then I'd eat the last patty.
Hold on.
And that's the only way I would ever eat a Big Mac. And even today, because I'm an adult now and that's just foolish, I don't eat Big Macs anymore. Because I can't eat them that way. It's just unacceptable for me as an adult sitting there and eating. So I don't eat Big Macs.
Can you say one more time for me, patty? But look right in the camera when you say it.
Patty.
Again.
Why?
I don't know, because it's funny. You're an Irishman saying patty.
all you like other ethnicities.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like,
You mean the
I
ones
so
with all
badly wanted to like call you a name there. but
you
I'm not
and
going to.
you and the
So
bleep
just get
bleeps.
it over.
Well, that's a one word.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's a one word. That's a one word. I don't think that's the one he was searching for. No.
No. But you guys all say St. Patrick's Day wrong, so
That's okay.
I don't like it. So anyhow,
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
gonna
sorry,
start
yeah.
with John
That's
now
okay,
early in
fine.
the show.
because-
I have 3 kids, and one of them's very particular, Keegan. That food cannot touch. It cannot touch.
Yeah.
And he can, if he's sitting at a table where somebody else, he can hear them eating, he goes mental. He loses his mind. He cannot hear you, and he'll have to get up and eat somewhere else. He needs peace. I don't know. And certain things about food and like garbage, like he generally does a recycling chore. He cannot touch the green bin. Like he even walks near somebody, looks at it the wrong way. He just cannot. So and that drives him nuts. If he hears people eating or if his food touches, it's a mental thing. Oh, totally.
Like
Yeah,
an
it's too
OCD
much.
or something like that.
Yeah, you know what? I think that it would explain some of it, anyways. But it's the more so the odd eating preferences or tastes that confuse me more. Not so much the geography. Yeah, but the geography of your food, right?
But I don't get that either because like I like to mix my flavors and all that stuff and like the food not touching. I used to date a girl that like she could not have her food touch and whatever we.
He used to date a girl, just one though.
The rest were all men.
Yes, they were.
Anyhow, and mashed potatoes she would have to eat on a separate plate because the way she did it was she would put her mashed potatoes on and she'd carve a hole in the middle and pour the gravy in. But if that gravy ever boiled over and got to touch the other food, she wouldn't eat it. And I always was like, you know what we do at night? Your food can't touch. You do way grosser things at 12 o'clock when we're in bed. You know, like your food can't touch. Like that just doesn't make sense.
Whoa,
to me.
when did we segue to you talking about your boyfriends and not your girlfriends?
Oh, hey guys.
I missed that segue. Did you catch it?
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
We don't care what you drink and we don't care who you sleep with.
That's right. That's right. What you do with your time and yourself is up to you. That's right. You do you, boo-boo. I wonder if it has something to do with maybe more so the coddling or giving in. You know, it's like, no, I only want my bologna on my Apple Jacks.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Just it's okay.
No, yeah.
You see? Now we found the root of this problem.
Yeah, it's the
It's not
parents.
so much the kids that are messed up
kid
for
eating-
eating
they eat
Ritz
Ritz off
crackers
the
off the toilet.
That's the parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And
need to smack the child.
they're
I need to go to their
enablers.
house and smack the
That's
parent.
what I'm
They're
kind of
enablers.
Yeah, exactly. That's bullshit.
Oh!
That's nonsense.
Ding,
That's
ding,
just-
ding. Well,
I just-
since we're sort of talking about Scouts Canada and the kids, you do get a lot of kids that have allergies,
Yeah.
and I have to work within a budget. Thank God my wife's working with me, and we have other Scout leaders that help me as well. But we have allergies, so we're carrying EpiPens. Certain kids don't eat certain things. I had one kid at a camp, and when you work within a budget, you got to try to stay within that budget because, those are funds that the kids have. That we do a lot of fundraising for, and so on and so forth. But some certain kids just won't only hot dogs and craft dinner. And that's just the way it is. I can't parent these kids, but I do push them to try different things. I actually got that one kid. I do a fair amount of hunting. I shot a turkey, and I told them, I said, guys, I shot this turkey, and I'm gonna do it for our fall tune-up camp, and I'm gonna cook it, and I put it in a stew, and he actually ate some of it.
Oh,
So
cool.
It's just about pushing them and getting them to extend their boundaries. Other kids just don't eat certain things. What do you do? But you gotta get food in them, and two, make it as healthy as possible, and try to get those different food groups in.
Crap.
What's that like, actually? Let's touch on that, because I know from a personal experience when my kid was in sports and stuff like that, with his coaches and stuff like that, playing football and all that. But yeah, they push him, they challenge him. But there's a lot of people as leaders in the community that will try to parent. So where's that line as a member, like a leader in the community, or like a member of Scouts?
Oh, that's a hard question, though, because sometimes you get forced to, and you have to parent because the parenting isn't happening, or they just need the parents need extra support because of the child or kid or young adult, whatever you have challenges. You want to support them in growth, and that's why we have those kids come to Scouts, because we do a lot of outdoor activities, and we get those kids to try different things and push their boundaries, learn different things. Took me almost 2 years to get one kid in a canoe. He was just so fearful of the canoe. Now he gets in. He doesn't paddle or anything, but something, he's making those progression steps, and it's just about trying different things and having fun doing it.
Yeah, and then you'll carry that into further on in your life too, right? As an adult and stuff, you start to push yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
I wonder if this guy will be my dad. He sounds like an awesome dude. Like, there's a lot of things I never did, because I wasn't pushed or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I wish that my community at that time had a guy like this to help and support, right? Not necessarily parent, but help, right?
Yeah.
Support.
Well, actually, so do you have to deal with things on the other spectrum? Let's say like you are trying to parent or push a child, and then you get grief from a parent.
I have, but something. There's not only other leaders, and I try to be open-minded, because I can't parent. I'm not supposed to parent. I'm supposed to be a leader, and I make sure that I'm doing those types of things for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. So when I see an opportunity that can help the child grow as a person, because that's what we're doing this for, is helping these young people become better members of society, social skills and all those different types of things. But yeah, I've had those conversations where parents have actually come to me and said, John, this is what we're working towards. He's getting fights in school where his grades are down, and sometimes I carry a lot of weight with these young people, and I use my influence to encourage them.
Let's say you carry a lot of weight with us. I mean, look at the size difference between us and you. Like if John's telling me to do something,
I wonder how small. Actually, we were kind of talking about something very similar to the, you being big enough to kind of impose your will, so to speak. Remember the conversation?
Don't say the jail thing.
we were talking about this on the way over here, and it's actually kind of funny that it came up.
Go ahead.
But I'm wondering how funny I look beside the couch on camera beside John. I'm kind of very curious to see what the end product's going to look like.
we had to tilt
For the
camera.
record, I shit bigger than Bergs.
That's right. He does.
Not only is there like weird things that like kids will do with their foods and stuff like that, and you're speaking about pushing them and all that stuff, and you spoke about one child not getting into the canoe and all that. What about kids with mental disabilities or physical disabilities?
Special needs.
Yeah.
That's challenging, because you have to have a certain level of leadership when you accept so many kids with special needs, because you basically you're just diluting the leadership, right? And when those kids need that special time or attention, you need to be able to give it to them. And of course, you have to have ratio. There has to be so many leaders per kid, per child. Like if we have 20 kids, we have to have 2 leaders for every 4 or 5 kids, and during those interactions, there has to be 2 leaders there at all times. So it's tough because you don't want to turn kids away with special needs, but it's a lot more rewarding because when you can help those kids that have those special needs, and it can be from a defiant disorder right through a physical challenge, or just a fear, and you help them work through those things. But it's tough from a leadership aspect to not be able to accept as many kids as you want into your group because you don't have enough leadership. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna take a moment to stab it out there. If you guys want to volunteer your time, anybody, scouting is a great cause. It helps it helps kids grow in their communities, and if for two, it's needed. And it doesn't matter if it's scouting, if it's football, if it's hockey, in-school programs,
extracurricular.
Just
definitely.
get out there and do it. Be a part of your community and serve your.
We actually spoke about something like this. What?
Charity events with the bearded nomads.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna get into that after, but because we gotta talk about it. Sure, right? We're gonna have to talk about that, but in a bit. I see. I don't even freaking forgot that I was gonna have. Can you, as a leader, can you see the difference in a children that have extracurricular activities involved in their lives and those that aren't? Can you, do you witness that? Do you see a difference?
And, one of the great things I want to say about Scouts Canada now is they're leading to more towards a youth-driven program. So the youth actually participate in the program building. So, we have guidelines that we want to do. What do you kids want to do?
That's great.
We have a planning meeting once a month with our kids. What do you guys want to get into? And it gets
that's
crazy.
really
Let me tell
awesome.
you.
That's what I say. There's a lot of things for kids, like Scouts and all that stuff at a certain age. There's a lot of things that, even in high schools and stuff like that now, with cutbacks in the school and the education system and all that stuff. Extracurriculars being pulled out like crazy. And you're telling me you're pulling stuff away from a team, and you're not asking them what they want to get involved with in the communities, and then we're all complaining about the teenagers in our communities? Why? Is that on them or is that on us? I give kudos to people like you.
Daryl, good point.
I give
good
kudos
point.
to people like you that are fighting for that, because it's up to us in order to save the younger generations and teach them. And we're to be a parent, to be an authority figure, all that stuff, to be those things, it's lead by example first. And I appreciate what you do in our communities by leading by an example first and foremost.
And just so you know, every group is different. I run a different program than my eldest son's 16, and he goes to the 21st Oshawa. And last year, they went and climbed Mount Washington.
See that? Everybody listening? You hear that? You hear everything that John just spoke about and everything else about taking them from a young age and building them. And he's a scout leader, and he just raised his kids in it. And now his 16-year-old is a leader in scouts. That's a teen in the community that all of us need to build up and be proud of, instead of leaving and abandoning our teens. Do it right the first time. Don't wait till they're 16 and getting in shit and saying, hey, what can we do for this kid now to fix it?
Scouting's not the whole answer, just
Extracurricular.
And that's kind of where
keep
you're
them
going
busy.
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm
Keep
saying.
them occupied.
My youngest one, he
Give him
did Beavers,
responsibility.
Cubs, and Scouts. He did 1 year of Scouts, and he's like, Dad, everything that I'm doing in the scouting group, I've done with you already. I'm done with Scouts. I want to concentrate on hockey. So you know what I do?
For sure, yeah.
I push him, and he's just it's hockey. Maybe in a couple of years he'll come back to Scouting, and my eldest son did. He went away and came back, and as long as you're doing something, buddy will do it and do it well, or don't do it at all.
Yeah.
That's right.
And lead by example first.
100%. Couldn't agree. That should be more people's life motto, I
Well,
think.
yeah.
Time,
So,
but-
how much does it cost?
I think it's about $200 for the year.
That's not bad.
No, but there's lots of other costs as well. You can
Yeah, I'm sure when events come up and stuff, right?
for sure. So we do
Travel, so on and so forth, yeah.
big time. Our group in the 27th, we do a lot of fundraising. We do a lot of No Kids Left Behind. So if kid can't,
No man left behind.
that's right, we're going.
That's my Johnny.
So it's about $200 for the year. There's lots of fundraising that's done. You pay I think it's $2 a week for dues.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Price of a coffee.
Price of a coffee.
Yeah, we probably spend 10 times that a day
Yep.
in coffee
This costs
alone.
that. Let everybody know how they can either get their children involved in it, or how they can even get involved in it.
Well, it's 27th Oshawa Cub Scouts, and it's on a Facebook page. You'll see pictures. You'll see all the great activities that we do, and they're youth-based activities. So if the kids want to go to Monster Jam, or they want to go to a hockey game, or we're going to go canoeing, or we're going to go for a 4-hour hike. But we try to mix it up and do those types of things. But just go to scoutscanada.ca, and that whole website will guide you through the process in your local area, and basically they'll find you a group.
So at the bottom of this video, you will be able to post up the link in order to either volunteer yourself or get your kids involved, and we'll post that in the video.
Do yourself a favor and your kids. Check it out.